Hello everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Lee Shroom. Today we are having a look at a speed build that I did recently that is based on a real floor plan of this house that you can see on the screen in front of you, so I will now make that smaller so you can actually see the video. I've seen other people do this. I just thought it'd be really fun to see if I could build just using like a real floor plan. And it's harder than you think it is, but it's definitely like good practice for building, I think. So if you're a bit unfamiliar with building, I think it's kind of fun to maybe take one that's simpler than this, like a smaller house, and just like go for it and see how you get on. So I'm not going to talk too much over the video. I'm going to come back here and there to add any little comments. I will say now that I really struggled to know where to put this house because I didn't actually know how big it would be in game, so we do end up moving lots at some point. But yeah, I will see you in a little bit. I should probably mention as well, this video is just going to be actually making the floor plan and like decorating some of the exterior of the house, because looking at the total length of videos I have of the recordings for these, like they're really long. And it would be quite tricky to cut the whole thing down, so I figured it would be nicer to keep it together so you can see like the whole process of my thinking as I'm building this. But I hope that is okay. I hope that makes sense. As you can see here though, I am trying to figure out the scale of the rooms, because that's the one thing we're trying to recreate these floor plans, is it is sometimes difficult to know how big they're supposed to be, and especially compared to how big they should be in The Sims. Because I feel like this master bedroom you can see me trying to figure out here, it just looked too big. And I was like, you don't always really want that in The Sims, to have this massive bedroom, so... Actually, oh my god, this is so silly. Here I'm using the car bed, the toddler car bed, to try and figure out the garage sizes and what made sense. I do end up, I think probably in the next video where I'm furnishing, I change them to those debug cars so you can they still look like actual cars in game. I can't believe this house has 2 garages though, like it's kind of crazy. Obviously you don't really need that in game, so I end up making it a more purposeful place and not just useless rooms, but you'll see that in the next video. But yeah, I thought I'd cut back in and say you're gonna see a lot of me just adapting rooms, because getting the scale was tricky, which is why I'm putting some random bits of furniture in, some random doors. It's not gonna be what stays for the most part, but I just needed to do it to figure out what made sense compared to the picture. In fact, speaking of here, you guys can still only see the picture of the house, so I'm going to change it for the rest of the video, I think, to the floor plan. I don't want to take up too much of the screen, so maybe I'll go between at some point, but it might be more helpful to be able to see the floor plan that I'm recreating, so I will change that now, and I will leave you for a little bit longer. You're about to see in this next bit is us deciding to move. And I've gone from, I think it was in Tomarang, I might be wrong there, but I decided to move to Del Sol Valley because I think it actually really fits this kind of house very well, this kind of fancy house and like the colours. Like I think it worked quite well in this area. I could be wrong. It also was a better size because I think the other lot was just too big and I didn't want to spend loads of time trying to do a massive garden. So it still ends up being a nice sized garden. I think I end up moving it a bit closer to the front of the lot eventually. So it works out. But it was better, I think, for this house for it to be on a slightly smaller lot. You know, I'm looking at this next bit now and I'm like, I genuinely don't know how much of it I'm gonna cut out. Because as you can see, like I add this second floor because at the front of the house, which I'll put up now again, you can see that this section is significantly taller than the rest of the house. So I wanted there to be a second floor that was inaccessible, but like it would make that foyer and that front office be very like high ceilinged, which I think is cool, even though if it doesn't really affect you in terms of when you're playing. But I was very indecisive about how to get the windows to look at least similar. As you can probably see from the thumbnail, it doesn't look the exact same because this is still The Sims, we're still limited in what we have access to, but I get so annoyed. I mean, you just see me picking a door here, right? I really couldn't choose between all these different doors, but then also just the windows on the other part of the building. Oh my god. I just couldn't decide what was best. So I'll probably cut some of this, but I still want you to see part of the process of the frustration of, you know, the realism, but also what looks good in The Sims. So you will see as we go. I should say as well, like, nothing about this will be limited pack, I'm afraid. Purely because to get it just like the picture, you kind of have to just use what you got. Like, can't really limit yourself too much. But I'll do a limited pack thing again soon. Even doing one of these floor plans, I'll try it and do one as part of a challenge. But yes, witness the indecision for yourselves. funnily enough, I haven't actually mentioned yet that this particular floor plan that we are copying today is from the website America's Best House Plans, and I will leave the link for it in the description. I decided to go for this American one because honestly, like, The Sims 4 is such an American game. Even with some of the other packs that we've gotten in the last few years, I think so much of it is very American based. So it's sometimes quite tricky to copy, where I'm from, England, English houses, properly in The Sims, because I feel like just even the gameplay, even the fact that you have a mailbox and stuff like that. Although we do have some doors now that have the mail slots on them, which is something I'm more used to. But I think it might be fun if in another video we try and do maybe a more English house and maybe similar ones that I've grown up with and of my family members. So I'm going to try and maybe do something like that in the future. But it was fun to do one of these very American houses, and it even makes me laugh because so many of the houses on that website have like American flags in every picture, and it is so American. I think some of it is almost this weird stereotype, at least when I look at these American houses as an English person, where I'm like, I swear every house is huge, and you think of things like Home Alone, and whenever you see like this American movie, I swear they always live in this insanely huge house. But I know that's not like the reality for every single American person. I don't want to offend my American audience here, but in all those movies, like, I swear they have a big house, like, and they have that massive like driveway, and it's a street full of houses, and it's not really what I'm used to here. I feel like a lot of housing estates here, you probably have like a little corner shop, and everything's a lot closer together and smaller. So it's very different building styles, but we'll definitely have to do some English houses, I think, on the channel, because I think that would be quite fun, just a really small little house. And I've built some myself just in game, but I haven't built any for a video, so I expect to see that coming up. I think that would be really fun. I feel like it's a good time for me to mention here how much I hated doing the roofing for this building. My god, I just found it such a pain. And the thing is, it seems, and at least this is what I thought, at first it would be really simple, and it doesn't look that complicated from the picture. And I mean, I did go off a little bit off from the picture. I think in some areas, like the back, I didn't really worry as much, but I don't know, it just certain bits I needed to change, and I just feel like the roof, it just wouldn't come together the way I really wanted it to. Saying as well though, I just put those 2 windows down at the side there. I wonder if it bothers you as well that it's not in the center. And it's not in the picture, you can see that it's not. So I stuck to it, but there was a part of me that didn't like that, I have to say. But I kept to it, and I was brave. And also here we're seeing me get rid of the floors for this is the foyer and the office. So they're nice and open, which is cool, but I did eventually struggle. I think when I was furnishing, in fact, am I doing it here? No, I'm just cordoning off that bit because it doesn't look good. But at some point, I think I tried to have like a second part to these rooms so that you could like go up a ladder or something, and there was a little bit of a raised area. But the roofing, this is what reminded me of it, the roofing, man. It just didn't work with the roofing, and it was going to be so annoying to adjust it, so I scrapped that. And I can't remember if it's going to be in this video or the next one where I'm furnishing, but man, it was a pain in the butt. It was, again, I think it's worth it, and the roof looks fine, you know, eventually. And it might be that I adjusted it as well in the next video, so we'll see. I bet I wouldn't blame you if you were looking at this now and thinking, oh gosh, because it's not perfect. It ends up looking fine, so don't worry. So I have put up the floor plan again here because now as we go around to the back, we're about to get started on like putting some of those windows and doors in. And I got it as accurate as I could in terms of like the placement of them and the kind of windows. There is like another picture that shows it better in terms of the back, but for ease of having just so many different pictures on the screen, I'm not going to show you that. So if you want to see specifically what the floor plan looked like, you can always look that up yourself. Again, I've got it in the description, so if you want to see this exact house and its floor plan, then you can. But I got it as accurate as I could, and in some ways, I guess, as I said in the beginning, made little adjustments when they made sense for the game. I think potentially when I was furnishing in the next video, as you'll see, I might have made a few changes here and there to like adding in some more windows and stuff like that, just in places where it made sense. But I don't think I did too much of that here, so you'll have to wait and see. But I don't know, sometimes in a lot of these like real houses, they have a lot less windows than maybe we as people playing this game like to put in. It's less, I think, realistic in terms of actual houses to have that many windows, and I'm assuming also it's expensive and lets out temperatures more if you have lots of windows. But in the game, like, it's just so nice. And I don't know if you guys get annoyed about this too, when you're just, you know, out and about and you see this house, and like on one side of the house it's got like nothing. It's just pure wall, or it's like one tiny window in a really weird place, and I just get so mad. And I always go into my head, and this is really sad, and I think I would just put like a window there. I would put like maybe a few windows here, maybe a little bump out, and like make the wall look more interesting. But that's just not realistic. And I think I really annoy my partner as well. We'll drive past the house and I'd be like, oh my god, I would put another roof piece there. I know it's like really sad, but it's fun for me to judge these other houses. But in the other, you know, other side of that is that sometimes I see a house when we're out and about, and I think I really want to create that in The Sims. So I have to like try and memorize it in my mind. I'm like, you know, because obviously you can't just take a picture of a random person's house, you know. Although I think I would love it if somebody wanted to design my house in a game, but you know, that would be creepy. So don't take pictures of anybody's houses. But you know, like I memorize in my mind, and I'm like, this house I'm gonna make in The Sims later. And then we get back from somewhere and I'm like, you know, I've got things to do. There's one particular really cute house that I always drive past, and I just think, wow, that is adorable. It's in a really weird place. Like, it's the most like country looking house you'll ever see, and it's just in the middle of like these two busy roads. But I would so have that house. It's kind of like that sort of Tudor style sort of house, and I'm surprised, I don't know if I've done a video of that on the channel, making that kind of house before, but in the spirit of what I was talking about earlier about making some English houses on here, like I really should, because I love those kind of houses so much. So, and I actually once made like a neighbourhood of Tudor houses that you can just put in Windenburg. So like I need to do that again. I need to start writing down my ideas. I have too many, but I'm kind of in a building mood at the moment, so I really need to just do some more building videos, I think. So I will get to that. In the spirit of talking about like video ideas as well, I'm thinking of doing like maybe a let's play on here, and I'm terrible at let's plays. I know, I'm so sorry that like I get bored and I only post like one episode. For this, I want to do like a short lifespan, some gameplay, and I've been doing something like that on stream, but I don't really want to just take those videos on stream and just put them here. I'd much rather make something that's dedicated to YouTube. So watch the space, I guess, and if you have any fun ideas for like particular Sims that we could start with, let me know, because I'm not really sure what vibe I'm feeling. I don't know, like we can start that kind of whole rags to riches kind of thing, where it's like you start with nothing and we build something up. So I guess maybe that first Sim should be like a collector, you know, and they're probably gonna live off the land. Like we could do, you know, with fairies, you have you can learn to like sleep on the ground and stuff like that. Like maybe we need to start with a Sim that can do that and then eventually build up a house. And you know, oh my god, you know what would be really fun? Okay, I'm kind of going off topic again, although kind of not. I think it'd be really fun to build like a tree house and like have a Sim that eventually lives in like this tree house or something, but we could do that as part of the let's play. So if you have any ideas around that, like maybe any funny Sims names, maybe we should do that soon. That might be kind of fun. So yeah, give me some ideas in the comments. I kind of think that's maybe where my head is at the moment. But to go back on topic, we're doing some landscaping, and the landscaping was luckily not too difficult to do here. It's just lots of individual pieces, so I probably will cut out some, because honestly, once you've seen me do this first bit, it's like, it's all the same really. It's just patches of this where I do some of the mud, and put some of the bushes in, and it's pretty similar to around the back as well. I'm not sure if, again, I did all the landscaping in this video. I think I might have actually come back and done some of it in the second video. And I'm not sure when that one's going to post. I might just post it next week and then just have these two videos together. But yeah, I will leave you to watch me do some landscaping. Oh yeah, okay, so another thing that I just kind of decided I was gonna add was a swimming pool. And I guess I think a house like this in Del Sol Valley, it would definitely have a swimming pool. And like, yeah, you know, in the original floor plan it doesn't show a swimming pool because I feel like it probably doesn't in any of these, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe floor plans that you can buy would just have a place that you put the swimming pool in. But I decided for this house, like, it just made the most sense. And that's what I mean where I feel like this smaller lot was a good idea for this size house, because it's quite a big house, but it's, you know, and the garden is still, I think, a good size of big. Like, it's not huge. And I think in one of the houses I'm playing in, just in my personal save, I have this massive house and this massive garden, and you get to a point where you just have to start just putting random things in. Like, I have this whole decking in that other house that I never use. And it's nice, but I literally never use it. So I think with this house, it's a nice size, and you'll see when we furnish it in the next video. But we're actually getting near to the end of the speed build now. Thank you so much for watching this, and tune in for the video next week in which we furnish everything and you get to see the house completely finished. But thank you for stopping by. I've got loads more Sims videos that you can watch, as well as other games. And I will see you guys later. Goodbye!